was thinking about this today, because sometimes I like to sit around and think about all the things I did wrong. And like, I'll never get to the end of the list. I played this like, okay, this is so stupid. So before I could figure out how to communicate with other human beings as an adult, which is still in progress, and so stupid. This story is so dumb. Okay, just check this out. So stupid. All right. So, like, I was playing this gig somewhere, and it got kind of cold, right? It got cold all of a sudden. I think it was in probably like Colorado or somewhere, and it was the weirdest bill ever, because literally it was like myself and the gang, you know, and then it was like Paula Cole, which is fine, because she's got tunes. But then it wasn't like Starship, but it was like somebody like that. It was just like wrong enough to where, I mean, everybody, even who saw each other at soundcheck, just looked at each other and just went, I don't know. Like, everybody lied and went, oh, I love your records. You know what I mean? Like, it was just weird. So anyway, I got cold before the gig, and possibly stoned, and also I had busted my hand like skateboarding, because I'm the smartest guy in the world, right? It was like the day before this like acoustic tour, and so like I went to a skate park in New York, and like rode like the 11-foot bowl that was like with vert. And I'm like, and it was weird. It was like, yeah, we're going on tour tomorrow. I'm gonna try frontside grinds. How'd that work out? Not too good. So I was like, I'm doing it, and I was like, I'm falling. And I totally, I fell. It's one of the many times I've fallen, and I just busted my wrist all up, you know. So they put it into this thing, and it hurt unless I held it up. Right? So there's already that. I already had to go on stage basically going like, I'm not playing guitar tonight. And the cast wasn't even cool, like, because it was cloth, so you couldn't really dye it without potentially, you know, I don't know, getting some kind of like a red or a black dye-related staph infection. And, which nobody is metal enough to do that. So, or whatever. So anyway, so I had to play the gig. So I got cold, and the only thing that anybody had was this crazy hoodie. That like, I mean, you know, of all the hoodies that you get, like this one totally was like, it was sort of like thief or high elf brown. Because you're in Colorado, and like everyone in Colorado is completely stoned. Like there's 3 people that aren't, and all of them run the banks. Nobody could do anything there. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody goes to them, and they go like, what's happening? Like, it's fine. Go home. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. So I had to play the gig, and so I put the thing on, and I didn't see it before it went on, and I also potentially was drawing attention to myself in a negative way because I was wearing white Ray-Bans. So I go on stage in a hoodie, white Ray-Bans, and my arm is like this big. And I was having like the best time. I was like, this is great. This is so good. And like I finished the gig, and like my phone started to blow up. It was like several people, including my manager, going, what are you, the Unabomber? It was one of my worst fashion moments ever. Quite accidentally. This next song is about that.